when you guys watch our videos, just know that this guy, this stud over here, is behind them, taking care of the edits, making us look funny, making us look as good as he can.
It's not as easy as it looks, but
we were expecting a big fight.
they didn't let me. They told me to stand down. So.
Stand down.
Welcome back to the Peck Brothers Show. We are stoked about this one because we've got a special guest all the way from Northern California. The guy, the one and only dude that is on the Peck Brothers team that a lot of people don't know about. The one and only Mitchell Creel, who is responsible for making a bunch of three goofballs look halfway decent every single week. That's a tough job.
It's not as easy as it looks. But
Wait a minute. Northern California, you said?
Yeah.
I don't think he's from Northern California, is he?
we're dang close.
Is that
Yeah.
Is that considered Northern?
I'd call it northern. Yeah.
Okay.
Part of the resistance for sure.
What's the biggest city? You don't live in a big, like, when you say California, you're thinking like Cali, California. You're in a smaller part of California, you know what I mean, right?
If you don't drink wine, then you've probably never heard of where I'm from, which is Lodi, California. You may have heard of Stockton, which is the city right over, because it's extremely violent, and it's not quite like Idaho. But as far as cities you might have heard of, I mean, Sacramento, we're dang close to. So, yeah, Northern California, it's close enough.
Okay, all right, we'll
I
accept
wanna
it.
circle around to the fact that Caleb just said, when you think of California, you think of Cali, but it's California. What did you mean by
I'm
that?
talking like,
What are you
like when I
talking
hear
about?
California, I'm thinking like Compton, you know, where it's like super sketchy, like, you know what I mean? Like huge city, like massive city, or like the beach, California, you know, like Huntington Beach.
That's the beautiful thing is we got it all in California. We got
Honestly.
crime, we got the mountains, we got the beaches, we got everything in between.
Yeah,
That's
true.
Well, I mean, on a side note, us three got to go. Mitch invited us to his wedding this last year. It was really just a few
Congrats.
months ago.
Thank you,
Congratulations.
thank
You guys are still together.
It's been going
We
good,
are.
right?
Absolutely wonderful.
Good.
good. And where we got to go, that place is beautiful.
It
Like,
is.
It's
gorgeous.
out of a movie.
It's
so
cool.
It's-
I'm glad you guys think so. It's just home for me. I come up to the mountain, I'm like, oh my gosh. So, yeah.
Yeah. So I wanna go back to how this whole relationship sounds kind of weird. Friendship, I'll say, brotherhood actually started from. I guess that actually.
I mean, what brought us kind of together, like, started in your childhood, right? Like,
Oh, so like I was about 2 years old and I had a dream, and it was a bunch of guys with mustaches. And ever since then, I just knew.
Yeah, totally.
Okay.
So
I was
I don't know
like,
where you were going with
whoa.
that, honestly.
no, I'm talking. So Mitch is like a hardcore, dedicated purist Bronco guy, and like that was kind of. I mean, you grew up like your dad's been doing it forever, and it's probably, I mean, like grandpa too. I mean, it's always been in the family, or did your dad start that?
So my dad, he got into the classic Broncos in the 80s. Grandpa was, he didn't do much of it. So
Okay,
he's-
so it was your dad
was
that's
actually
responsible for it.
right.
1,000%. So
A Bronco.
first off, I do want to clarify, at least in the Bronco world, purist Bronco means you don't like changing stuff. You want it to be uncut, stock, about 100 horsepower.
Okay.
That's not us.
Oh, okay, okay.
But we love those Broncos, by the way, if any of our customers are watching. But I like to rock crawl Broncos. I like to beat them up. Unfortunately, it costs a little bit of money doing it that way.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, we've been around Broncos forever. My dad started Wild Horses 4x4 officially in '89, but before he went down that road, he was parting out old Broncos in an alleyway and just kind of saw the demand for parts. And from there, I mean, it's a long story that we don't have to get into here. Go to our YouTube channel and check out some of that. We cover it a bunch. But, from there, it was just growing up in the backseat of Broncos, growing up on the trail, pretty much like you guys, just a different vehicle.
So that's more or less what brought us together. Is we kind of started out, and we've always been, in the 4x4 scene, and we love it, and we've loved it since we were little. And so we were at an event, and we met Mitch.
Yeah, it was a local event here. the whole like idea was there was this company that built this custom wheelchair for a young girl with
Spina bifida.
Yep. And obviously couldn't walk, but she wanted a cool wheelchair I mean, that thing did all kinds of things. It was fully custom, super sick.
It was actually one of those toy Bronco bodies. They lifted it and made it so that she was able to drive with her hands, use the gas and all of that.
Yeah.
They souped it up. It's a super cool story.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's where I met you guys because, again, three Jeep guys show up to a Bronco event, and post up in the parking lot. And it's actually funny because at this time, so this is, let's call it 4 years ago, 3 to 4 years ago, something around there. And you guys had just posted one of, I think, still your most viral videos, which was the one of Alex messing with his Jeep and all the dirt falls on his face.
Oh, yeah.
And so a month before we had come up to that event, one of the guys on our marketing team had sent me that video, and he was like, dude, these are your like 3 lost brothers. Because I had been getting into mud trouble recently. It was a whole fiasco, and so he shot it over. I'm like, oh, these guys are kind of funny. That was when I first saw your guys'. I swore I've told you guys that.
From Instagram?
Yes, it might have been TikTok, but social media. That was when you guys first popped up on my radar. And so then, we forget about it more or less. We go to this Bronco event. And lo and freaking behold, you guys are from the same exact city that this Bronco, and you guys are at the Bronco event.
Yeah.
How
we were
weird, dude.
the only Jeeps there at the Bronco event, and the guys that were putting it on just said, hey, bring your Jeeps over. People would love to see it. We're like,
we were expecting a big fight between the Jeeps and the Bronco
like a showdown.
Guys.
Yeah, they didn't let me. They told me to stand down. So.
Stand down.
But yeah, no, after that Bronco event, I don't know if we just started going back and forth in messages.
Well, I think it was something special. I think we were somewhere like maybe getting out for lunch and we like locked eyes, and it was just special. And we're like,
that's what happened for you?
I think so.
You felt a little tingle or something.
I think I felt a tingle.
Well, I remember. I swear I got your number at that point because it was. I came and talked to you, or you came and talked to me, chatted for a while, and then we went our separate ways. And didn't think anything of it other than, he was a cool dude, from California. Jeez, I didn't understand why you came so far, but you
didn't know cool guys came from California.
So anyway, like you said, then we kind of touched base, we were messaging or whatever, and then you came back out here again in
to go
your Bronco,
snowboarding with your buddies, right?
So I had a whole life epiphany, again, 3 years ago, and I was like, I'm going to take 2 weeks off of work. I'd never done that before. Like, I'm just going to go hang out. And so our mutual friend, Austin Bracken, was like, dude, you can come stay with us. We'll do all of this, that, and the other. And I'm like, oh, man, those kids that I talked to, they're from the same city. And so I think that was when I started hitting you up like, hey, I'm going to be in town. If you guys want to do something, we can, try to make it work. And I don't know if I had any like big expectations for what that would turn into, but I was just stoked that, because I think at that point I may have started watching some of the videos, and at that point it's like, okay, turning into a fan.
Yeah.
Right? So like, okay, if I can make a video with them, that'd be pretty cool. seem like cool dudes out there at the event. Let's give it a shot. And so so I make the trip up here, and about I think the first week I was here, we met up, did a little bit of brainstorming.
Yeah.
And that's when we started filming.
Yeah.
Well, the thing I remember clearly, like I don't remember a ton about the video. I was excited because and when I called you a purist, I meant the fact that like we love Jeeps, but we don't drive Jeeps every day. Like I actually hate Jeep. Like they don't make good vehicles at all. Luckily enough, you love Broncos, and they're Ford, and Ford makes phenomenal vehicles. This guy daily drives a Bronco. He's got an old Bronco that's got a bigger motor. Like
it's sick,
everything is Bronco. Here, it's like we have Jeeps that have turboed Chevy motors in them. Like we're not. That's what I meant by purist.
I gotcha.
But anyways, I was super excited because he had. I mean, the Bronco was fairly new back then.
Oh yeah.
The new style Bronco.
I hadn't broken everything yet.
So I was excited because I knew he had one. We could do a video of like Jeep versus Bronco.
Oh, it was the biggest headline back then.
Yeah.
If you could make one of those videos, you were getting 1 million views.
It
Yeah.
was because
It really
the new
was.
Bronco was new.
It was hot.
What
It
was the
super hot.
first year that Ford came out with that new style Bronco?
The new style, it was technically like 2021, but they did the launch in 2020. Then the whole fiasco with the supply
Yeah, so
So
we're
it
like
COVID and all
under a
that.
year that it had
Really
actually been
new.
out, I think.
And not only was it a new Bronco, that thing was sick.
Oh,
it was
so
lifted, big wheels and tires. Like, it was so good looking.
Everything was rubbing on everything. Yeah, it was.
So
I dug it.
I was excited about that because I knew that it'd be a pretty cool, interesting, cool video. And then we liked Mitch, and so I was like, man, this is gonna be awesome. And I remember you came to the we didn't even have the shop. The shop wasn't even built. We're in Brady's garage. My Jeep's.
It had the dualies on it when I showed up.
Did it?
It did. Yeah,
Okay.
I've got
Oh my
shots of
gosh.
that.
Okay, so we took the dualies off, and there was your Jeep and Alex's Jeep were tore apart in the shop or in your garage. But I remember we did something with microphones because you were wanting to film something for you. You were kind of putting together a little video of your trip or something like that.
It's
right?
something along those lines.
And he had this mic set up that was way complicated. And I was like, good dude, this
Who
guy
is
knows
this
what
guy?
he's doing. Yeah,
The more technology you show up with, it kind of gives that
It
impression.
does, it
doesn't
does. And at
I
this
didn't know
point-
what I was doing.
we were probably 3 videos into switching from filming on our phones to filming on a Sony camera. I knew nothing about this stuff. And Mitch, he comes in with this whole mic setup and he's got several cameras. I'm like, dude, this guy know. I wanted to just ask you questions, and I think I did for a while. I was all
probably couldn't
excited about it.
answer 'em.
No, you're being humble. He was dishing out answers.
Oh,
that-
yeah, he knew what he was
Oh
doing.
yeah, this thing has some blah blah blah. It's like, wow.
That got me pumped. So we shot that video, and it was super fun. I really thoroughly enjoyed shooting that video. I thought it was so fun.
I couldn't believe that Mitch beat the crap out of his brand new Bronco. I mean, he tried to jump it. It was a traction problem.
It came off the ground.
Oh yeah, the front end was fully off the ground, and it was drifting around corners, and it was running over bushes, and it was doing all. And I remember driving in it in the passenger seat with him, and I remember holding on
This
oh
kid's
my
nuts.
gosh, this guy's crazy. I don't know if it was just that feeling of not being in control or what, but when we were done, I'm like, okay, we're good. Nothing broke. This is his daily. He's driving this thing all the way back to California,
10
and
hours,
he just
yeah.
beat the living crap out of it. It was awesome. You impressed me big time right
Yeah,
there.
and for one more bit of context, I think at this point, you guys were probably at, let's call it 14,000 subscribers.
Maybe.
That's where I remember because our Wild Horses channel had a little bit more above you guys, and I remember, we'll jump ahead a little bit. I remember when you guys passed me, I was like, oh man, dude, they're going places, right? But yeah, that was such a fun trip, such a good video. So back then, it was fun.
yeah, it was fun. I watched the video now and I'm like, oh my gosh.
it was
this
not
is
very good.
Absolutely the most cringy dumpster video.
The thing that I remember the most that I still to this day love this little segment. You were under my Jeep, and you were supposed to get a call from Mitch to call you out in your Jeep.
I think it was Alex.
Yeah,
Alex was telling me that Mitch was calling me out.
This Bronco guy is saying your Jeep's a piece of crap. And we're like, okay, Caleb, this needs to be funny. I want you to lay underneath the Jeep, and when Alex tells you that, or when the phone rang, I want you to smack your head on the heater as hard as you can. And we were joking. You're like, really? You want me to do that? I'm like, dude, it'd be freaking hilarious. All right. Then you did it. And it still cracks me up because I could still hear that sound of your head hitting that.
And I think
heater.
if you listen carefully, you can hear you cracking
Oh,
up
yeah.
behind the camera.
Oh, it's the best.
You know what I just remembered from that video was the outfit that we put you in at the beginning.
outfit.
You had your
Oh,
long
yeah.
hair, and we threw the glasses on. That may be the cringy part you're talking about.
Oh,
Now I'm
yeah.
thinking
Yeah.
that took like 2 days to brainstorm. That's
Oh,
the
yeah.
embarrassing part.
Yeah.
That's what we came up with, guys. So there you go.
That
Yep.
video's still on our channel.
It
It's
is.
like way back in the day, but
Yeah.
It's
you
the
can still
best.
go
You
watch
guys
it.
need to go watch it right now.
If you
That's
don't,
funny.
don't worry about it.
Yeah. Honestly.
You know, that part you're talking about really is embarrassing because there was one time I went up because we were in the really like deep growing stages and we're like, this has to work. You know, we only have so much time where we have no money to do this. And we were asking people's opinions because we didn't know how to do the research, you know. And I brought it up to this cabin where we were staying with my wife's family, and I showed my wife's uncle this video. I turned it on. I'm like, okay, dude,
This is a
you
good
gotta
video.
see that this is Bronco.
The one that we shot?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I was like, this is Bronco versus Jeep. Like, this thing's gonna go big. You know, this is gonna be good. And I turned that thing on, and it's me in these glasses trying to do this mathematical equation, and he was like, "What the freak is this?"
Not
And I
your
was like,
uncle.
He said that?
"Yeah, he's very like, he don't hold back."
Who is this?
But Kirsty's uncle.
Oh.
Oh,
And
yeah.
he's like,
okay.
"What is going on here?" And I'm like,
I'll leave now.
Is it-
Like, Kirsty, come here.
"Isn't that funny?"
Now this is the
Dude.
wrong channel. Sorry, that's the wrong.
This is garbage. I'm like,
Oh, those are the Beck brothers. Sorry.
oh yeah, sorry. It's embarrassing. Could we take that video down?
I think maybe we should, dude. It's so bad.
That's pretty bad.
But it had so much effort into it, dude. It was not for lack of trying. It was, you don't know what you don't know.
Yep, and it's nostalgic because Mitch was in it. It was our first
Right.
hoorah together, so it's straight up memories right there.
we bonded that day.
We did.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah, we came back, finished the video, sat at my table.
I was gonna say one thing to add. Do you remember we took him out to like lunch? You remember? And we were like, dude, he's gonna help us, or he helped us film this video or something like that. Like we should buy his lunch. And we had no money. It was like, dude, let's pool together. Like, I think I've got $20.
Like we don't even eat out because we don't have money to
We
go.
don't have any money.
Yeah.
Like let alone the channel's not making any money to pay us to like live. We didn't have any money to film these videos, and I remember we pooled together the money and to buy Mitch lunch because he was helping us.
Did I
We
get
were like,
6 tacos and a soda that day? Probably. You guys were sweating.
Yeah, we were like, do you like water?
yeah, they don't have sides here.
Yeah, but Caleb walked in. Mitch, dude, just get whatever you want.
Yep, it's on us.
I'm not that hungry.
Yeah,
you just
Whatever
get
you
whatever.
want from the dollar menu.
I just ate.
Swore I heard someone's stomach rumbling too.
So we're sitting around my table talking. This is what I remember.
After filming the
about-
video,
Yeah, about this whole thing.
we got all this footage.
Yep. Caleb is editing the videos. He's filming, putting together the storyline, doing things like that. And he was kind of overwhelmed. He's asking Mitch because clearly Mitch was very good at what he did. He was kind of the main social media guy for Wild Horses 4x4. And he was doing a phenomenal job
With
And
their YouTube
with
channel.
their YouTube. And we checked it out and we're like, wow, this is good stuff. So we felt that he was very, skilled at what he did, so his opinion very much mattered to us. And I remember him saying, like, Caleb, how
and
about...
it's Saturday night. Our videos come out on Sunday.
And this is late. This
And
is like around 11.
probably 11.
o'clock.
And Mitch was like, when are you guys going to drop? And I was like, tomorrow at
Should be
6.
tomorrow.
And he's like, what? You're going to edit this whole video? And I was like, yeah, this is normal
Mhm.
for me.
Yeah. Yep. And he told Caleb, well, how can I help? Let's knock this thing out. It wasn't, if you need my help, let me know. It's how can I help? What do we need to do to get this thing out?
While
I wanna
he's
be
out here on vacation,
Yeah, he should
snowboarding
be
with his
the next
buddies,
day.
and he's wanting to help us edit this video.
Yeah.
I was floored. I was like, I was just floored. I couldn't believe he asked that.
Yeah.
And it was one of those things that I was like, no, I don't know exactly how it would work to collaborate on something like this. I've never
How
it's
could
all
we
good.
tag team a edit
Yeah,
like this?
it was just new to me, and so and it also isn't his problem, and so we didn't have the money to pay him to help,
Yeah.
even though he made it clear. He's like, dude, I'll just help.
Mm-hmm.
And anyway, so I did end up editing that video, and Mitch, you did go snowboarding, I think, the next day, didn't you?
Probably. That's
Probably.
what I was out here for.
Yeah. And so time went on, and we didn't see you for a while. Like, we didn't talk to
Mhm.
Mitch or see him for probably a year.
Yeah, we just
Or
got
more?
busy with life and
So it was actually that was winter of 2023, January when I came out. And then the way my story goes is like, again, I'm becoming a fan. They're growing. They surpassed the channel. I'm watching their stuff, and there comes a point where I'm like, flip, dude, like these dudes are doing such a good job, And I would try to like keep in touch. I'm not a great person keeping in touch with people. It doesn't come naturally to me just to hit people up randomly or call them. Even good friends of mine, like we all just we're just friends. We're homies. We don't need to be like babysat or nothing. That's just kind of how I done it forever. But I was like, man, like how do I maintain this relationship? These dudes are cool, And so I would send you guys stuff every now and again, or you guys would have the babies, I'd send some congratulations and stuff because
I do remember that.
And then it wasn't until I don't know if this is where we're going in the story, but it wasn't until last October when the next part of the phase really took off.
It was when it was a real pivotal point in Peck Brothers.
Mhm.
Like it was a very difficult time.
the mini truck did us in.
Yeah, the mini wrecker.
Yeah.
The mini wrecker mini truck. We had just got done with that, and we had worked on it for like 9 months straight.
Yeah.
And we had like a onesie twosie video in there of something else, but for the most part, it was like 9 months straight of this truck. And we were just wore out. All of us were sick of working on it, and I was a little bit wore out in the fact of like I don't have any ideas. Like
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know what we're gonna do.
We were so in on that truck that it's like, well, when this thing's done, now what?
Now what? Yeah. And at the time too, like I was so overwhelmed with editing. I had edited a video every single week for 3 years straight.
Yeah, with very, very limited time to do it.
Yeah.
Saturday night we'd finish the video, and it would be that whole entire night through the morning for it to come out at 6 a.m.
Yeah. I mean, most videos, especially back then when I wasn't, nearly as efficient, I was over 20 hours to edit a video. And I did that every single week for 3 years. So that's like 150 plus videos that I edited. And I was just wore out, man. I was just like, and we weren't making very much money at all. Like we didn't even make enough money to like quite cover our bills. It supplemented. It helped. But it wasn't because it wasn't like, well, my job sucks, but the money's good, so I can stomach it. It was like the job's brutal. We're not making any money. Like this is just hard. And so something kind of needed to change, and you kind of were more or less headed that up. Like, dude, we need to do something about this. I was kind of like, well, just
I'll
keep,
do what I
keep
have
going.
to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't like about ready to like give up, but it was brutal.
It was hard to see like your capabilities and your talents be so overwhelmed and so overworked that when you're not getting sleep, you're not yourself, and that's where
Yeah.
Caleb was, is bags under his eyes. He wasn't healthy. He couldn't sleep anymore. Like, just things were just getting very, very hard for Caleb in his life. And like, okay, this ain't worth it for me to, like, I'm not going to sit here and watch this. So we ended up figuring out another realm after the mini truck. We started into the mini Jeep series. And
I think it's important to note, like, kind of more or less like what went on at that time. Like, we had a powwow at mom and dad's, and we're like, what are we gonna do to make this so it works? And you were like, well, because half the hard part too about filming videos like we do is like kind of producing them, you know, and figuring out
a filmer.
Yeah. Because filming these videos is very stressful because a lot of this, most of it, almost all of it happens really spontaneous. And so if you're not locked in on filming, you're missing the story. And so it was like really hard for me because we were doing kind of fun stuff that I was just missing out on mentally because I had to be so locked in on filming. And it kind of turned me into a bit of a serious, like, person. And I didn't like that. Like, normally I'm super light, super, you know, whatever. But anyways, just all this pressure. And Brady was like, well, what if I have a solution? What if we every week, one of us will come up with an idea, and that's the video we'll shoot, and whoever's week it is will be responsible for telling the story and the idea and, you know, how to lay it out and how to structure it and how to do everything that goes into making a video. And I was like, man, I would love that.
It also fixed the problem that we were having of, like, Caleb is going to run with the video how he sees it. He's going to run with it the way that he sees the jokes hitting. He's, you know, the way how much needs to get done, blah, blah, blah. And I see it a little bit different way because my viewership's a little bit different.
Like what Brady likes to watch
is different. And, you know, I would have loved a chance to try some of those ideas that I had out because, you know, I understand that you could have, like, done what some of my ideas, but it's hard to explain the vision that you see in your head when you're trying to be creative.
Totally.
And relay that to somebody and then have them capture it when they have their own ideas too. So we were kind of more or less bashing heads like, well, let's just do it this way. Well, no, I don't care about that. You know, this is more important than that. You know, and it was just like, oh my gosh, we are not getting anywhere, you know. So this is a good solution. I'm going to take a video. You guys just back me up. You guys are just characters. You guys just do what I tell you to do, and we're going to run it that way.
Yeah, and when that was what you offered, I was like, man, this sounds great. Like, I'm all about this, other than the fact that if you haven't edited videos, you don't know how to put together a video. Like, and that's kind of where I was. I was like, I would love this. This sounds great. But at the end of the day, on Saturday night, I'm going to get left with what you made that you weren't thinking about about how it's going to go together. And so I was like, I'm game to do it, but I don't want to edit your guys' videos. And the other thing was, like, if that's the case, you can go from it takes you 20 hours to put it together when it's filmed well to 30 hours when it's not filmed well, and you've got to figure out how to creatively, like, in the edit, do some transitions, make it make sense. And so I was like, dude, I don't want to take on more time to edit the videos that you guys want to produce. and you're like, well, let's find an editor. And I was like, dude, we're never going to find an editor. Like, we're never going to find a freaking editor. Like, I can't teach what I do. I just do it.
How do you find somebody that has the talents and abilities and equipment, that has background in YouTube, that is creative, that can follow our style, that can hit the jokes, you know, make it not seem like it's a completely different channel.
And then on top of that, how the flip do we send all this footage? Like, what, is somebody going to come pick up a you know, a hard drive at the shop every week? I mean, that means he needs to be local. who I don't know anybody up. Like we're never gonna find.
There's
an
about
editor.
10 people that live up here too. So that would
Yeah.
been real tough.
Yeah, we
And-
actually went and remember we did some interviews.
Yeah,
We went and found a couple guys.
yeah,
And did an interview, and one guy was like, "Yeah, I just don't see this being a forever thing. I can help you guys out or whatever." We're like, "No, that's not gonna work. We're not gonna put all of this time into making this work and then you just splitting."
yeah.
So there was a couple of things. We're just like, flip. It went away for a while. We're like, we can't.
No, you put it out on the story.
Yeah. Well, that was kind of desperate measures though, because it wasn't working. Like,
Yeah.
we were not having good luck.
Well, that day that we had that meeting at Mom and Dad's, we put it out on the story. And that night, Mitch messaged us.
Yep.
And I remember I was like, I haven't seen a video in forever that he's done. And like, I will never forget that night. I went and watched, you guys had just dropped a video about Baja. Dude, and I was sold.
Yeah. I remember
was
telling
like-
you, I'm like, dude, I've watched his videos. They are way good.
Yeah. And
Way
I was like, holy flip, this guy is phenomenal. Like, and it's important to us for our videos to feel well produced. We want them to feel like there's a lot of effort. We want them to feel like, we try and do everything we do as good as we can possibly do it. And man, dude, I was just so excited. And I was excited because Mitch filmed all of his videos and he edited all of his videos. So he knows what it's like to be on the ground, getting these shots, and then taking this raw footage and polishing it. And I couldn't believe that you were like interested in working with us. And so I want to hear what it was like on your side from in that time. Like,
Well,
what
yeah,
were you
so-
thinking?
So again, watching all of the videos, I had taken a little bit of a lull on our channel, a little bit of a break, because we weren't getting really anywhere with our channel. Like we're a business that sells parts. We're not a YouTube channel, and so but I was a storyteller at heart. I wanted to tell stories, but
Yeah.
we're not Red Bull. Like that doesn't we don't sell like a dream. We sell a product. We sell several products, and so it just didn't make sense the type of stories I wanted to tell with the business. And so I'm kind of sitting there, and then you get this inspiration, because a lot of the early viewers that you guys had, me being one of them, all noted the bags under your eyes. We noted the times when you sat there, doing an ad on your family vacation because stuff just had to get done. You just start getting a little bit inspired, right? And so let's call it 6 months before I hit you guys up, I started like, okay, I'm gonna kickstart this all again. We're gonna do a video a week, whatever it takes, family, the whole thing. I'm gonna stay up too, I'm gonna clock out and keep working, just to prove this concept. And so I started going ham on the Wild Horses videos, and it just nothing. And I hate to say that because it makes me sound like a quitter, right? But I think there's a little bit of a reason. Sometimes you kind of got to know when to fold. If there's another door that's supposed to open, you need to walk through that one.
Mm-hmm.
So I had got to this moment, and I'm in this transitory period of trying to figure out, do I keep trying, to do these videos and this storytelling and make it work for our brand, or do I pull back? And so in the meantime, I had the project truck that I was working on, and this is a Monday in October. And again, we're not keeping in touch a ton, at that point. It's just random messages here and there. But during this whole basically 2.5 year period since I had been out here, I'd always had this desire to like do more with you guys. I didn't know what that meant, but there was always something that I'm just like, I wish I could help them do something. They're doing cool stuff. They're young dudes doing cool stuff. You don't see that much, And again, being young, I'm inspired. And so you hit me up on Monday about some brand stuff that you were working on, just asking for an opinion. And like, in my head, maybe I played it off cooler in the text. But I'm like, oh, dude, freaking Caleb hit me up. Like, this is tight, you know? Like, he's asking my opinion. I'm going to give him the best opinions that I could come up with, you know? And so, you know, we go back and forth for an hour. And I told you guys this story last night, but, you know, I put the phone away. I'm in my cold, dark shop. And I just kind of pause and I say a fairly quick prayer. And I'm just like, God, I don't know, you know, why I feel this desire to help these guys. I don't know what it is about their story or their personalities, like why it feels like such a good click whenever we do get together or get to talk or anything like that. Like what, I don't know what that is or how often it comes, you know, maybe I haven't lived enough life. But if there is something that we could be doing together, that we could be helping build, you know, like open up the door. That's all I ask, you know. And if you don't open up the door, I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. I'm going to keep working hard at what I'm doing, you know, and we'll keep trusting you. And so, boom, hung up the phone with God and went about my night. And the next day, I'm scrolling through Instagram and your message comes up. Hey, looking for an editor, hit us up. I'm like, you know, I'm staring at it. Like, nah.
It was a story. It was a story
was.
that you saw our story that we
Yep.
put on.
Yep. And so I scroll right past it. I'm like, there's no way, you know, I don't know what I thought. I'm not a good editor. I don't have enough time. You know, all your mental excuses that you give in a situation like that. And I'm like, that's not it. That's dumb. I feel like I'm fabricating the moment, right? Like, you know, I just prayed to God and now I'm going to like, you know, so I threw it away. Later on that day, it comes back up on Facebook. And I just couldn't ignore it. I'm like, flip. And so I text you, like, hey, you know, I've been looking for side work or whatever. You know, like, how would you see this panning out or something like that?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And from there, you know, I remember you texting me back this one sentence, like, this would be so sick! ! And I was like, oh, flip, dude. What did I just get myself like? Flip. It's because you were stoked and I was excited about that, right? Like,
Yeah.
okay, you know, cool. So we don't even hop on the phone like that Tuesday night. You know, we, again, back and forth on messages. How are we going to make it work? You know, talking about Google Drive and all the other, like, and it's not even like I had the job yet, you know, but we just
Yeah.
were going back and forth and you're like, okay, we're going to get Alex and Brady, you know, we'll talk tomorrow. So we hop on that FaceTime call.
Yeah.
You know, and that was when we had our own powwow, basically an interview. And at that point, you were like, all right, well, we're going to send you footage.
Yeah. Well,
and
That,
this
no,
is Wednesday.
You got it.
you know?
This is the thing, though, is it was like, well, you know, when do you think you'd want to start, Mitch? Well, I could start. I could edit this week's video. We're like, yes,
let's go.
Let's do it.
Yeah, and so I mean, like, I remember too in that FaceTime call, just feeling so like it was so right, and like I was feeling a lot of relief, like, because I had a lot of, like, I was really anxious because this means a lot to me. You know, you wouldn't do what I've done for no money if it didn't matter to you a ton. And so it was a huge, I was just happy that I was feeling relief instead of like being anxious, like, dude, I don't know if he's going to do a good job. I don't know if he's going to get our vibe. I don't know if he's going to do this. And all of those feelings were like, dude, I think he's going to do it. I think he's going to figure it out. And I was like, I'm sure we're going to have a, you know, learning curve, and I'm sure we're going to have some, you know, have to have some hard conversations, and I'm sure it's going to take, you know, a while. And this week, this specific week was Brady's
very first video, because Caleb was overly stressed. We were dealing with this transition with the editing, and there was a lot going on. This is like Wednesday,
Yeah.
and we don't have anything coming for Sunday's video. We're all stressed. We all had a lot of discussions, and it was just a big week. I mean, so many decisions, such a hard transition, such a weird we all felt like fish out of water because what we've been doing is
a lot of it felt like rebirth though.
Totally.
It felt like a breath of fresh air that it made me enthusiastic about what we were trying to do again.
Mm-hmm.
And we filmed that video, and Mitch edited it.
It was the very first video where we took the red mini Jeep that we just gave away. We picked up that four-wheeler in the mountains, and that was the very first video Mitch edited. And, dude, when he sent that over and we saw
gosh.
that,
I
were like,
crapped.
I was blown away.
I was floored.
we did it.
Yep. We found our
He's
guy.
our guy.
He's our guy.
That was so cool.
Even our parents was like, whoa.
Yeah, the
Level up.
The comments were all about it. Like, you guys just leveled up.
Yeah, like, dude, Caleb, what an edit.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, because we didn't tell anybody.
No, we didn't tell anybody, and we wanted it. We were hoping that it would,
You wouldn't know.
that you wouldn't know, because I thought I was great. I thought I was a good editor. And so I was like, I don't want people to know. And we weren't going to say anything about it for a while because we didn't want it to feel like anything had changed.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that was the biggest thing for me, because when I think maybe we had a conversation or two about it. And I was like, do we need to let people know, or clarify in the comments or anything like that? And I said, no, because I think the most powerful thing that you guys have going right now, it's like the fact that you guys inspired me, and all of that work is inspiring so many other people. You guys are putting just as much work in without having to edit a video. It's still inspiring.
Mm-hmm.
We don't need to clarify anything. Like, you guys are still grinding your butts off. Let that remain. Let people see that work ethic, come through, and I'll carry the back end, and we'll start climbing this mountain together, and when it's time, we'll all sit on a podcast and talk about it.
Yeah, you knew this day would be coming at some point.
No, I didn't think you guys were ever going to start your podcast for a bit.
That's true.
I did 200,000 subscribers, 100,000 late, but you guys did it.
Yeah.
Props to you guys.
I did feel a little bad because when they would be like, Caleb, great edit, Caleb's, whatever editing, I was almost like, man, that credit needs to go to Mitch.
Yeah.
I kind of felt bad that you weren't getting the credit you deserved.
I always internalized it for myself. I'm like, okay, good. Like, whether it was your guys' messages or the comments, I'm like, okay, people dig the edits. That makes me feel good. Because, again, I'm not sitting here like, oh, I'm some great editor or nothing. Like, that video, I was stressed. Oh, my God.
Really?
I mean, when I was sending it over, I was so, nervous about how you guys were going to take it. What the vibe. I wasn't sitting there like, I just put together freaking this is
a
the
banger.
one, dude. I was nervous out of my mind. And it didn't help that I was up till 4 a.m. that Saturday night myself.
Yeah.
Putting it all together and getting it all exported to you guys and everything for the drop at 6. You may have been up, because at that point I wasn't doing, thumbnails or anything like that, like sometimes we've done.
Yeah.
And so you may have stayed up with me that night.
I think I was up, and you sent it over, and I watched it, and I was like, this is just unreal. I was so excited too, because I know we're getting into some weeds about YouTube, but when you're on the ground filming, what you see and how filming goes really changes your outlook on what happened. To where if you can come at it and you just get the footage, you're really good at helping anyone be able to absorb what happened. Mm-hmm. I was way more like, I need the details. I need these details. That doesn't make sense about this. And it's like, people don't need to know that. It makes sense without that. And you were so good right off the bat at making it absorbable and consumable for everyone.
When Mitch stated that he, with the whole Wild Horses 4x4, you guys sell product, you felt like you had a talent of being able to tell stories. You wanted to. That was kind of your your thing, that one thing in specific has taken this channel to the next level because we focus on our stories. Our stories are most important, and that's in our opinion what separates YouTubers from the greats. The greats can tell a story, and you not only have to tell the story as a story, how it's filmed, but also how it's edited, and
Right.
it all has to come together and work.
And on YouTube specifically, it's difficult compared to like a Hollywood production.
Oh yeah,
Because you're laying out scenes, there's acting, there's, that's going to go this way. This is how the story goes. We like rough lay out a story, and then it's just part of it's what happens. We don't know what's going to flip and happen.
yeah, and that's difficult. I mean, acting is very hard. Hollywood, there's a lot of
Yeah.
hard in that.
Yeah.
But
for
it's
sure.
easy in the fact of like you already know what's going to happen. You know your character. You know the outcome.
Yep.
You know everything.
Yep. In this scene, the dog's going to die.
Yeah, and you're going to cry. We're
Yep.
going to make you cry.
Yep. In our video, we don't know that it ain't going to run to get into the trailer before we even start filming.
Yeah, yeah. And then when it doesn't, and we're thinking that it will, we have to now figure out how to navigate that, make it entertaining. Do we even film it? Like, is
Yeah.
it worth it? Is it just a simple fix? There's so much.
A lot of pivoting because you think it's going to go
Tons.
one way and then it never does, and then you got to figure out how to maximize what just happened.
Mm-hmm.
And there's been so many.
tough.
I mean, like when me and Mitch, like we talk like every day almost. I mean, there's some videos where things do go pretty well, and I can just send stuff and be like, hey, footage is up. But for the most part, like there's so many times where it's like, dude, we're gonna have to drop that bit because it doesn't make sense because this happened. So I'm gonna send you this new footage, and we're just gonna have to get rid of that because it didn't go the way that we were trying to get it to go. But we're not. A lot of our stuff really is the way that it actually happens.
I think that's the best part, though. One of the best parts is like this isn't, some reality TV show where you're sitting there with storytellers and storyboarders and you're coming up with all kinds of drama. Like it's not like they sat around and figured out how to make a trophy truck build take 8 videos.
Yeah.
Like there is all of the obstacles that come up, along with all of the life that nobody does get to see, and anything that breaks, anything that happens that's not on camera, all of that stuff just gets rolled into a video that you guys all get to see a week, and there's let's call it 30 minutes of footage and about however many hours in a week, that you guys don't see, and it's like that's none of the 30 minutes is really fabricated like that. It's
No.
not like we're creating a bunch of drama, or hang-ups and stuff. It's like, no, this Brady really does want to freaking hack all of the suspension off again.
Yeah, legit.
Yeah.
Because
Legit.
it's not going to work if we roll out with it. And it's like, maybe I should have thought of that. But, it's stuff like that that's like, it makes it raw and real. And for anybody who doubts that, trust me, I see it all. Oh my God.
Honestly, couple weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, we weren't planning for going up with our old snowmobile and the pull cord breaking 2 miles up the trail.
Mm-hmm.
And that was on Friday.
Yep.
That video was supposed to be done. And
It gets dark early, so it wiped the day out.
right, ruined the day. And we talked about this because you had something going. I can't remember
Like a
what it was. A
wedding or
party. No,
something.
I think you guys were having a party at your house
Yeah,
or something.
yeah.
And I felt so bad. And then on top of this, it's like right around Christmas. And if you and Minky Couture wanted the video to come out on Sunday because they wanted all these orders to get placed before Monday so that you could get it before Christmas. And so we were on a time crunch with Minky, and the snowmobile breaks on Friday at 3:00. And I'm like, we're dead. What are we gonna do? And so we shot the rest of the video the next day, and fly to the cabin. I hurry and start uploading. There's no service. We bring our Starlink so I can send the footage to Mitch. And the kid literally burns the midnight oil all night, and that video drops Sunday. Like, I was just like, it's when videos don't come out on Sunday, I promise you, it is not for a lack of effort.
Flip, no.
The crap we do to try and make sure we hit. Speaking of that, side note, are we going to move our... I feel like Sunday in the last month has almost become a curse.
It's been a butt kicker.
Like, we haven't been able to hit our drop. I don't know what's going on, but I almost feel like it's bad vibes.
We're in this, like, backwards, like, pushback stage because, like Mitch was saying, there's so much that's happening in life that you don't film. That's absolutely way too boring. We've got to run to town to go grab drill bits to drill these holes for the trophy truck, but we're not going to film that. You know, nobody cares. That can take 4 hours.
Yep.
You know, if you're this person don't have it and run here. People
Literally,
don't understand that.
The radiator doesn't get here in time, and without the radiator, we can't go drive it.
Yep. And it got ordered 3 weeks ago.
The shipping gets delayed because of the holidays.
Yep. So then, you know, we're usually that's like Monday morning, we're out here and guns are blazing. Like, we're ready to just make it happen. We want to get this video done as efficiently and as quick as we can to help Mitch so he can have a weekend with his wife. And we go. But it's like, okay, we got to clean this up. We got to go here. We got to order that. We got to do this. Then Monday's gone. You know, we try to film a podcast. It's like, okay, we didn't get time during work hours to do it. Let's film the podcast at 11 p.m. tonight after we, you know, our wives and everything go to dinner, come back out here and do it. And Alex is yawning the whole time. And then it's Tuesday, and then, you know, we got meetings and there's all this stuff. So
For real though, do you guys think that Sunday, for some reason, should we switch our upload day and just see if we can actually hit it?
We talked about going Friday.
Can you imagine trying to get a video out on Friday?
No, that's what's nice is you couldn't do it. You couldn't go from Monday to Friday. You'd have to have the video done before. That's why it would be nice to have it Friday. You can't, there's no way we can go Monday and have it done Friday. The video the previous week would have to come out on Friday.
I do think right now that's the ultimate mountain that we've been trying to do for about 6 months.
Trying to climb it for 6 months.
Maybe even since we started. It's like, can we get a week ahead?
I think we've been a week ahead.
And Caleb says yes every time, by the way.
I'm a dreamer.
Very high expectations.
I think that's one of my goals for 2026.
What is the audience think? I mean, what do they think about a drop?
That's true. Leave in the comments. Leave in the comments if you'd be cool with our video dropping on Friday. It'd be like Friday at noon. That way we could have everything cleared. I could have time for, so everything, copyright, everything's good. Music's all good.
Yeah, help us out here.
Let us know what you think in the comments, because I'm thinking that might be a goal of mine for all of us to hit, is to get a video ahead and change our upload to Friday.
Yeah.
Pressure's on, boys.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
But as the story goes on, Mitch keeps editing. They just keep turning out amazing. The videos get better because now we have more time, and Caleb has more time to plan a good video and execute it well and send it to Mitch and then start the next one. So everything just keeps getting better. It seems like it's working great. And then we have the off-road games in March, I want to say.
Yep.
And Mitch calls us up. He's like, hey, boys, me and some buddies are going to do this big road trip. We're going to rent a camper. We're going to come out to Utah
snowboarding
and go snowboarding and make this big loop. And we're like, dude, those are the dates of the off-road games. You guys want to come down and hang out and do the off-road games with us? And they're like, yeah, I think we could be down there. That sounds fun.
Mitch offers not just to come hang out. Dude, I want to come help you film.
No,
Yeah.
we didn't invite him. He asked because he knew that we were going to be there. And I was like, absolutely. dude, we'll get an Airbnb because we want to hang out. And he's like, I'll bring 2 of my buddies. We'll come help film. I'm like,
Like, if you guys could get us in for free, we're in.
yeah. We're like, dude, we know those guys.
It was cool because it was, Mitch and his buddies, Robbie and Corey,
Yeah.
and they were so cool, so helpful. And we were dealing with constant problems. The mini truck needs a new turbo. The mini truck injectors aren't working right. This and that. And, these guys were just being helpful. And we filmed a video. Mitch stayed up and edited it in the Airbnb. And it was a fun time.
That video had a ton of effort.
It
That
did.
video was,
The Cybertruck one?
yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The microphones and the angles and everything on that Chick-fil-A scene.
Oh,
forgot
dude.
about
There
that.
was so much that went into that freaking scene.
freaking
That
good.
salad was disgusting.
The mustard salad?
Yeah, I wasn't going to eat it.
I can't
You guys
imagine
made
how
me.
long that took you to edit that Chick-fil-A scene.
I don't even remember.
It-
It's blacked out.
Yeah, it would probably make you sick if you knew how many hours went into just that one bit.
And then we're sitting at the Airbnb and we're like, man, it'd be funny to go to a Tesla charger and there be a Cybertruck. It'd be pretty funny. Well, we roll up to the chargers and there's a Cybertruck sitting right there. Perfect. Like, how on earth did that happen? And the guy was cool and there was just some fun ideas and
And
I had a lot of fun.
dropped the video, and I was like, dude, this is probably the best video we've ever made.
Mm-hmm.
That thumbnail was great.
I think it's one of the most underrated. I think I know where
It
you're going
is.
in the story.
Yeah. Everyone knows
underrated.
where I'm going.
Yeah.
We dropped it, and it bombed.
it was terrible.
It did awful. And I was so like, I wanted to give up, dude. I was like, I don't understand YouTube at this point.
Every one of us was like, dude, this is it. Like, this video's gonna kill it.
I think it's important to note for anybody new, we've still never had a video hit 1 million views.
Yeah, ever.
There's so many channels that are smaller than us that have less videos, and they have multiple videos in the 1 million views. We haven't made one video hit 1 million views. And so we're always like,
We're dreaming.
yeah, we're
I'm
dreaming.
about the
Dude,
moment,
dude.
man.
When there's an M on there, oh my gosh.
Flip.
That's another one of my 2026 goals.
YouTube's
We
making
have
us
to
work
hit 1
for
million.
it.
Dude.
They're making us work for it.
Anyways, we thought that was going to be 1 million views. I don't even know if it's hit 200,000
I
yet.
don't
Yeah.
think so.
Okay, while
Check.
we're here, we've set the goal of 1 million subs
In
Yes.
2026.
2026. Just we're putting it all out there to the universe. Peck Brothers YouTube is going to hit 1 million subscribers in
Somehow.
2026.
Somehow.
6 zeros. I think.
Seven.
6 zeros.
Flip.
That's going to be fun.
No.
Well, now that we got the story kind of out there, how we met Mitch, how we know him, how we're buddies, and I got some questions for you.
Hang on, dude, that Cybertruck video has 138,000
Oh
views.
my gosh.
We love all 138,000.
Yes,
of
thank
guys,
you
by
for
the way.
everybody
Yeah.
to watch that.
Yeah,
For anyone who
legit.
hasn't, go watch it right now.
Honestly, that one's worth your time.
It is.
It's
You
fun.
will. Okay, hold on. We should maybe say
It sucks.
everything. If you can make it through that whole video without laughing or smiling, we
Once.
need to do something.
Yep.
You won't get through it. You will laugh for sure.
Yeah, it's that video's funny. And I forgot about it kind of honestly until we watched our best of 2025 this morning, and there were some scenes in that. Oh, they
You
were
dang
funny.
near could have put the whole video in there.
Honestly.
Bummer.
All right. You got some questions for Mitch.
Yeah.
Actually, I wanted to also clarify that Mitch is here because we flew him out to hang out for New Year's and have a powwow and talk a little bit and have some Peck Brothers team energy here for 2026 because we've got some big plans.
But also just to hang around because we haven't seen him in forever. And then before we seen him the last time, we hadn't seen him even years before that. So we needed some time.
Yeah, and it seems like we don't get to talk to him about life stuff that often.
Yeah,
it's always
honestly.
about work.
And
So,
that sucks.
It's way funner to just hang out
It's
And not
definitely
do it.
hard when a little bit of work is worked into your whole life. So,
Yeah.
but it's fun. It's a fun thing to discuss because it's so exciting what we're doing. So,
All right. So the first question is who, because you get to deal with all the raw footage. You get to deal with the
Oh, yeah.
stuff that doesn't make it in the
I've
videos.
always
and-
considered myself like the fan who gets to live the dream because I see everything. I get to see all the stuff none of you guys get to see. I get to make the calls on what gets cut and what doesn't.
Yes.
The dumb, corny jokes, the everything that makes it doesn't. I see it all.
Idiot.
Like, oh, we can't. That was dumb, Brady.
There's
Like,
so many times where we'll film something and the camera just rolls and it's silent, and one of us is like, "Sorry, Mitch." I don't know.
Oh my God,
Does
dude.
that crack you
Yeah.
up when we?
It's always funny to me. Yeah, the random, I don't even know what you'd call it, but yeah, the little messages that you guys put in the videos of like, we don't know what the flip you're going to do with that, Mitch. Good luck.
If you can make it work,
And I
great.
give a little salute like, yeah, wish me luck.
I'm gonna
boys.
try.
Yeah. Give me 16 hours for this one bit.
So that leads us into who screws up the most on camera that you deal with.
Oh, that's tough.
Oh, that's easy.
That's easy.
Man, I'm going to make an enemy here.
You won't. We all know who it
We
is.
all know who it is.
Okay, I'm going to tell you why it's tough.
You looked at me.
I'm
I know.
I'm going to tell you why it's tough. Caleb definitely talks the most on camera,
We
right?
can't
It's
get
kind
him
of
to
a
shut
it's
up.
kind of a numbers thing.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
he's got a little bit more
Okay, yeah,
a
that's
little
true.
bit more time to screw up. But it might have to go to Brady, you know, if the numbers were equaled out. And
Yep.
you know, that's fine cuz I think if I had to give and maybe I don't know if this is one of your questions, I think I'd have to give the crown of one-liners to Brady, dude. The one who's made me crack up the most, which is his
Really?
his random brotherly like one-liners. It is between you two.
Yeah,
Alex
you,
has some
your
good ones.
guys'
Alex
comments
oh gosh,
Yeah.
man.
locked and loaded all the time.
Yeah, it's crazy. Crazy.
I
but-
love it.
That's funny.
When this is the thing for me. This is my excuse for being real bad at what I do. When somebody tells me what to say, say this sentence, then this sentence, and this sentence, and this sentence, but I want you to say it like this. You're gonna be, blah blah blah.
Wait, okay,
like,
that's
oh, okay.
very, very, very rare.
Well,
like-
I'm talking to make the story make sense. There needs to be an explanation, and it's my job to say this explanation.
That normally only comes when we're in a hurry and we're filming an
Which is every
explanation.
day.
Well, like we need to leave. Like we're filming an explanation and I originally shoot it and you're talking and like all of a sudden the scene could be like 9 minutes long because there's so much to what you're trying to explain. And then I'll stop and be like, okay, I need all of that condensed into like 30 seconds.
Yeah, so when I get kind of more or less told this, and this, my cognitive load in my brain just short circuits, and it's like, oh. How do we start that out
Yeah,
again?
I edit the glitching and the smoke out in the in the post. You don't
I
get to see that.
One of my favorite things that you do is when somebody has an explanation, I'm sitting there talking, this part's going to
Rambling.
do this, and then, this is going to drive this, and, and then he speeds it up.
Yep.
So it's like I sit there and talk for an hour, and nobody
And he
even-
makes a joke out of
Yeah,
it.
I love that.
Dude, those are never on purpose, dude.
No.
That's what's funny is he just does that, and it's beautiful because it's like no one
You guys
cares.
wouldn't understand it anyways.
No,
Yeah.
no, but it isn't any good. But we're in the shop just filming.
Yep.
If I find myself lost, I'm like, okay, yep, fast forward. Yeah, okay.
That was a good question.
All right, next one.
Next one. There's a couple of ones that are kind of hard to get across to somebody that doesn't do this every day, but as far as like how hard is it to take a conversation or a scene that we have and make it into something digestible?
What a trippy question.
That is a tough question.
You got Chat GPT write that question. Goodness gracious, he did it. To me, it's as hard as any other part of filming. As hard as maybe not as hard as picking the right music, but it's just like you just take what you guys have said and you make it make sense in a timely manner. And you guys are so good at actual brotherly banter and actual explaining, and when it's not super clear, it's funny because you guys realize you don't know what the flip you're saying. And then you guys all sit there and joke about it. So it's like it kind of just lends itself to the style that needs to happen. And so for the record, for the people, because this is one question for the handful of people that know that I edit for you guys, like they always ask me like, oh, like are they the same in person, as they are in their videos? I say absolutely not. No, I'm just kidding. No, I can 100% say that you turn the cameras off and they're still doing the exact same jokes. They're still doing the exact same banter. It's not a mirror at any point. Like I think the intro is the only point where you get a different level of energy because that's just YouTube rules. You gotta bring it in the intro. And after that, I mean, this is just who they are. So all of those conversations, they're not scripted. It's not like, hey, re-say that, try and say it a little funnier, No.
It's
yeah.
It's just that's how they are with each other. And I think that's golden. They're truly just, this is their personalities. What you guys see in the videos is what you get in person.
Yeah.
So
there's been times where we're like, oh, I hope we shouldn't send that to Mitch. And it maybe accidentally gets sent to Mitch. Flip. And then come out on Sunday and I watch it. I'm like, that was so funny. What he did with that.
Yeah.
I can't even breathe right now. Oh, you're freaking creative.
There's
man.
definitely some parts that are tough. And they mainly come on like Saturday night about 9:00 p.m. And I'm like, you guys talked for 15 minutes. Like, you didn't want to turn the camera off. It didn't overheat or nothing. Like, gosh dang it. Like, I got to go through 15 minutes of dialogue and try to like condense that. Like, no one's going to sit through that unless they're watching the podcast. Like,
yeah.
and so there's those moments, but overall, you guys do a dang good job.
That's your creativity though. That I never thought about doing was when we would start rambling about some stupid thing that goes on for 10 minutes. You found a way to make it funny to where someone will talk and then you'll blur out the audio and then it'll come back when he starts talking about something that matters. I love when you do that.
I can
It's
think
so
of the
funny.
time when I was explaining what happened to the axle on
Yeah.
the truck.
Freaking funny.
It was so funny. And then he cuts back to it and I say something dumb. And then he keeps rambling me on.
It's
Dude.
in my mind, it just screams, we don't care.
Yes. Yes. It's so good.
I don't know and I don't care.
All right, one more question. If you could ban us from doing one thing on camera,
Oh,
what would you
man.
do?
Goodness.
Man, do we have an hour for
Just
me to
one
think
thing.
about it?
Yeah, just one.
Literally nothing pops into my head. This is the kind of question where the audience is going to sit there like tapping their fingers waiting for me to come up with an answer because like I don't know.
Or even something that would make your life easier.
Post on Fridays. Yeah. No, I don't know. Flip. Something that you guys do on camera. I don't know if I got a good answer.
Just be better.
Yeah.
What?
Just
that's-
do
That's
better.
good.
I mean, the other day you were like, I don't know if it's something going on with the camera, but like you'll hit record and I think, cause like I'll hit record and Brady's like
Guns blazing.
already going. And Mitch is like, I've lost like the first word of a couple of sentences on a couple of clips. But that's the first thing that that's the last thing I've heard in a long time that we haven't been like.
There's always problems, though. Like, I feel like Mitch just resolves, because he's a good problem solver and creative. But,
Yeah, I don't think there's anything you guys do on camera where I'm like, okay, I got to fix this, that, or the other. Everything has always been technology based, like mics cutting out and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
make more money. I don't know, and get better equipment. I don't know.
I feel like I know one. It's we say dude and flip way too much.
And
Don't bug me. Those words are both in my vocabulary.
oh my gosh.
Dude, I'll watch a video and I'm like, wow, we don't even realize that we say it that much. And then I watch it, I'm like, we need to come up with some more words.
Mhm.
I hate
he'll
that though.
tally
I
'em.
hate that though, because like I don't want to sit and think about what I'm saying. I want to be in the moment and say
No.
exactly what Caleb would say. You know what I mean? I don't want to sit there and think like, I can't say dude. What am I gonna call?
It just gets bad when there's a flip counter
I
on
can
the
do
bottom.
a flip counter.
Uh-huh.
Well, that's just us. We do that a lot.
It's
So,
kind of funny. It's kind of
It is
funny.
It is,
funny.
especially when something big happens.
Yeah.
And you can tell we don't mean to. It's just we're just juiced.
The time I remember is when I rolled the mini Jeep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh
And-
my gosh.
Oh my gosh. Caleb said it over and over again. How many times?
I think there was 10.
You
At
two
least.
went back and forth, and then I roll up.
Oh
my
my
gosh.
Yeah,
I was watching it. I was like, oh my gosh.
Okay, I got a question for Mitch. What was your favorite video this year?
To put together
Put together.
the storyline, like
You can choose two. Your favorite one to put together, or your favorite one to watch. Like which one you thought was the most entertaining video of the whole year?
so Cybertruck in San Hollow, because I got to be there, right? Like that just has more attached to it than just sitting at home in the office, like putting it together. So that one's kind of got to go up to the top. And it was a maybe the story wasn't there or whatever, but it was a good, fun video. A lot of
Yeah.
great bits. A lot of I like a video when I get to use some of my creativity. And I felt like that had some of those moments. What was the other one?
Or just which
Favorite
one I
to
enjoyed
watch.
watching.
favorite one to watch?
Oh man. I didn't edit this one, but I think the water skip video was dang cool, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, I was sitting there like, because that's one thing. It may every time be one of the videos that you put together, because the videos I put together, I've watched about 15,000 times before it goes live.
You're
and
sick of
so-
it by the end.
Just about, dude. Again, 2 a.m. on Saturday, I'm like, I need to do one more watch through. My eyes are all crossed. I'm like, drooling, but I'm like, let me do one more. Let me make sure this is good to go. And so, yeah, it's probably one of the ones you put together. And the water skip, it was just so epic, dude.
Dude.
The intro, the plot line of who you guys were taking inspiration from. Like, it was all so epic.
That was
So-
another video that like it probably is my favorite video we made this year.
Me too.
And what sucks, again, I thought this is going to be our first million view video.
Nope. That was what that video was all
It
about.
was. That was why we were shooting it.
Nope.
All of us. We were like, dude, this is going to be the first million view video.
Obviously,
that-
one, because we wanted to do it, but two, it was like, this has the potential.
Like, it's a great idea.
Yeah, people are going to eat this up.
That has been sitting in your pocket too.
It
for
has.
a
We've been wanting to
long
shoot that video.
Time. I remember talking about it.
We've been wanting to shoot that video for,
Years.
like actually planning to shoot that video for at least 8 months before we filmed and shot that
That's
video.
when we started getting more serious about it.
Like, that's when it was like, all right, so like, how are we going to get this to work? What is
Where are we going to go?
where's this, what's the story? Yeah. And I think I agree. I think that one was my favorite. But again, this is our million view video. This is it. Comes out bombs. Bombs.
You check YouTube, and where it says views, all it says is not a million.
Yeah.
That's all we saw.
Dude, like YouTube ranks your videos like 1 through 10. And if you have a number one video, it's getting more views than your last 10 videos were getting at that time. That video, when it came out, I think it evened out at like an 8. Dude, I mean, it has kind of bounced back. I think it has like 350 now. And I think it's kind of carrying. But we're going to be back, even though it didn't get views. I want to do it again,
Yeah.
and I want it to flip and work.
Yeah.
And that is going to be electric when that thing flip and works.
I don't even care if it don't get views.
No, I don't either.
want to do that again.
You want to just enjoy what you do, and that was a video where it was enjoyable.
Yep.
It was fun.
A lot of work, though. I mean, a lot went into that. It wasn't just us, screwing around, having fun. Like, there was a lot with the park, you know,
and a
making
lot
sure
with
we were
filming it.
good.
And
Filming
tons
it
of
was
cameras.
a huge.
going home after that
Dude, we need to-
to
you need-
rebuild the motor
Yeah.
because it was full of water, and then
Dude.
going out the next day.
Okay, all in favor of flying Mitch out if he can to come help us shoot that video.
Oh, that'd be
Say aye.
awesome.
I'm in
Awesome.
for sure.
Aye.
Can I get a smalley ollie? You know what I'm saying?
A what?
A smalley.
What's that?
Smalley. You guys have never seen Little Rascals? Like, can I get a smalley ollie? You know? Guys, you know you've seen it. Quit doing this to me.
Anyway,
No, you can't.
All right. Well, I'm just saying we need to fly Mitch out so he can come help us and be with us in that. And it's fun being Sand Hollow. That's the best place ever.
we are. That's the other goal. We are getting across Sand Hollow on that 450
Yes.
pit bike this year, 2026.
I don't care if it takes us 2 more videos.
Are you gonna ride it?
I'm
Absolutely.
so down, dude.
He's
I think you
he's
guys
the
should
pilot.
race again.
What?
I think you guys should race again.
Oh, for
Race.
You gotta start training.
Oh.
right
That's the guy with the ripped shorts.
We were all in our wives' shoes because we didn't have running
Yeah.
shoes. That was
now.
funny.
Oh my god.
I honestly wanted to ride it. I was a little scared, but I wanted to ride it. Brady, he wanted to ride that thing.
I was
think
nervous too, dude.
I think you definitely didn't at the beginning. We were all a little bit nervous, but by like the end, that was your thing. You had accepted that you were the one that had to do it,
Yeah.
and you wanted to.
And then I got excited about it.
Yeah.
'Cause, originally, I think you were gonna ride it.
Yeah.
And that was kind of the plan. Just because the 450 pit bike was your idea, it was kind of your thing. You rode it in the dunes. You've wrecked it countless times. You have kind of a connection with it. But when I lost that race, I was full on. I was not thinking like, I'm not gonna lose this race. Like, no way. But when it happened, I was like, flip.
I knew it was gonna
Okay,
happen.
all right. I
That
guess
was
I'll ride it.
rigged. I'm pretty sure I said that in the video too. I knew you were gonna lose that race. What was fun too that I loved about that video is Brady truly went from like, cause you didn't quite know about the idea. And I remember you were a little nervous that somebody'd get really hurt.
Well, I built the whole mechanisms for it to skip.
Yeah, but
And-
like you didn't think it was gonna work originally.
Oh, I did. Oh, the whole idea.
the whole
yeah.
like the video and the what do you call it, ski things that that you made.
yeah.
I don't know what you call that. The system. And then you were nervous that somebody was going to get hurt. And so you weren't like very enthusiastic about the video. And then throughout the video, it was cool to see you at the end be like pumped about it.
Yeah.
That's always a fun element to a video.
So my thoughts were, I didn't care if I was riding it or somebody else. Going as fast as that little bike goes, which we don't know exactly the top speed, but you're probably 70
Probably 70
miles an
yeah.
hour ish, 75.
Probably be worth figuring that out. Actually,
Fifth gear tapped on the sand, unstable sand. It got muddy, so it was super slick at the approach from probably 20 yards in, and then you hit the water. It was a nice, smooth approach. But then I filmed it, but it didn't end up making the cut. I was on the jet ski looking down in the water, and it looked like like Joshua trees in the water. And they were 4, 5, 6 feet tall, some of them barely sticking out of the water. I remember thinking, dude, if somebody's heading on this bike 75 miles an hour and they wreck and go into one of those trees,
that's gonna hurt.
nobody really know. You can't get over to them fast enough. If somebody, I mean,
You get wrapped up.
you get wrapped up, you could get trapped under there. You could get, so many things could happen. That's what made me nervous. And then the whole approach thing, is it going to want to just stop immediately? How far is it going to skip? Are you going to be away from the bike? Like, so many questions in my mind. I'm just like, you know what? After the first go around in fourth gear, I was like, I think it can handle fifth. It can handle more speed. It was smooth. It was good. So, like, we do that again. It's fifth gear, fully tapped, everything it has.
And we're gonna come back with some more. It's gonna work this next time.
It's going to work.
We learned
Everything's
what
getting
we needed to
changed.
learn. Yeah, we're changing a bunch of stuff. and it was funny. We said at the end of the video, we'll be back. No one commented about it. No one cares.
Yeah.
This is us that
Yeah.
wants this. I don't think anybody even gives a crap about the idea.
Yeah,
I do.
I do too. I mean, people water skip dirt bikes. Like
It's
it's not
personal.
like it's never been done before.
It's just that teeny back tire is not helping.
It's a pit bike with a 450, and it's skipping a full-grown human across a lake. That's not
Super full grown, by the way.
Full grown.
huge muscles. And we're talking.
Who's riding it then?
Me. Obviously. I mean, that lake. How far? How long? That's a long way.
It's long enough to where it's like it has to be working. You can't be losing anything. Like it has to 100% be working. Like when you hydroplane a dirt bike, you can only go so far.
Yep.
You need to be going across like 50 feet of water.
Yep.
This is like 2 miles that it needs to be going across.
Jeez.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a good one.
I think it's gonna do
just
a loop,
Needed to warm
A
up.
loop, you turn,
turn, and come back.
all die.
Because it's a rock wall on the other side, a boulder wall.
All right, well, we're gonna end there. We're probably an hour 20 in. So thank you, Mitch, for coming. Thanks for
you guys.
Coming to hang out with
We
us.
need to get you back here. We need to get you back here more.
We'll be back.
Well,
Perfect.
when you guys watch our videos, just know that this guy, this stud over here, is behind them, taking care of the edits, making us look funny, making us look as good as he can, and the jokes. Hopefully, you get his jokes because he does his best.
Yeah, we appreciate all of the comments over the past year that have said Caleb's been a great editor.
Yes.
I have taken those to heart.
Every
so.
now and again, I sneak a video in
Yeah,
when
yeah.
when Mitch is on a honeymoon or
A honeymoon. Yeah, they happen every now and again. don't they?
So
All right, guys. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next week.